Dogs and cats living together. That's hysteria. Wow! Can you dig it? Can you dig it? Can you dig
it? What's up, you Giallo perverts, and welcome back to the Lucid Nightmare. I'm your host, as always, Jay Schatzer. And today, well, I have an amazing Italian thriller lined up for us. It is Antonio Bitto's 1978 under-the-radar Giallo flick. It is The Bloodstained Shadow, and this one's really wicked, heavy on mystery, and some really interesting characters. So let's mix it up and see what this one has to offer. Here is The Bloodstained Shadow. The Bloodstained Shadow is a fantastically thrilling and extremely unusual Italian Giallo flick, drenched in tremendous mystery and abundant in absolute style. Forged by its sleazy nature and paranoid delusions, the production excels in presenting a vibrant world of red herrings and sinister murders, all filmed in that trademark Italian 70s fashion. Light on the gore but heavy on the mystery, The Bloodstained Shadow is an intriguing story that focuses on its interesting characters and sadistically twisted plot to capture our imaginations and trigger our fears. The film follows a young teacher named Stefano D'Arcangelo, who after arriving back to the village of his childhood, begins to be caught up in a web of terror and murder, mirroring a horrible event that occurred on the island in the past. Years prior, a young schoolgirl was brutally strangled to death by the hands of an unknown killer, and it appears that the killings have started back up again. Now it's up to Stefano, a beautiful artist named Sandra, and Stefano's priest brother Don Paolo to solve the murders before one of them is next to feel the cold and icy hands of the killer's unforgiving death grip. Lino Capolicchio takes on the reluctant hero role of Stefano D'Arcangelo, the fresh-faced university professor whose hometown reunion doesn't go exactly as planned. Stefano does a great job with the underplayed material, as he genuinely approaches the murders with a sensible and sympathetic curiosity that mirrors the intrigue of the audience. He's not a traditional leading man by any measure of the definition, but he does a considerably commendable effort in gradually pushing the story along as he struggles to put the pieces together and solve the ongoing crimes. It's a quiet and conservative performance, allowing the other characters of the piece to share center stage with him, providing a more collaborative ensemble that helps balance the film out, keeping things fresh and interesting. Filling in the rest of the cinematic world of The Bloodstained Shadow is an assortment of eccentric individuals and shady red herrings, who all mix things up in the narrative and keep the viewer on their toes. The memorable performers of this truly mysterious flick are Stefania Cassini as Sandra Solani, a beautiful painter who falls for Stefano and gets caught up in the crosshairs of the murder mystery. Craig Hill as Don Paolo, Stefano's caring older brother and faithful man of the cloth. Massimo Serrato as Count Padrazzi, a wealthy pedophile whose shady dealings get him mixed up in a web of lies and murder. Juliette Maynil as Signora Nardi, a strange and secretive older woman whose hidden and warped son may hold the key to this mystery. And finally, Alfredo Zami as the police commissioner, a by-the-books officer who's tasked with getting to the bottom of these ongoing elusive murders. Strange and unusual, the cast does wonders with the material as they constantly keep us on our toes as we struggle to solve this most twisted of tales. Mystery is center stage in The Bloodstained Shadow. Gradual in its unraveling, the film slowly pushes us along into traditional Giallo archetypes and situations, allowing us to be swept up into this cinematic world that feels lived in and intimate. There's a pace to the film that honestly should be appreciated. It's not over the top in gore, but grounded in reality, forcing the characters and their actions to be the main focal point as they desperately try to stay alive and solve the murders. The style of the film is also subtle, yet somewhat dreamlike as it takes place in a quiet island village with splendid architecture and some really unusual locations. As far as Giallo films go, it may be one of the tamer of the bunch, but it still has a potent quality to it that thrives on its mystery and characters. Not to mention the fabulous soundtrack written by Stelvio Cipriani and performed by the legendary Italian rock group Goblin. If you love Italian thrillers of the 70s and you can't get enough of the genre of Giallo films, then you owe it to yourself to give this one a view. In the end, The Bloodstained Shadow is an intriguing murder mystery that's as sleazy as it is enthralling. And there you have it, you paranoid delusional weirdos. That is the amazing and fantastic Giallo flick, The Bloodstained Shadow. An underappreciated Giallo to say the least. It kind of went under the radar. Not many people talk about it. It's not one of the greats of the genre, but I think it's really great. Some great characters, amazing acting, and a really nice location to it. But guys, that is it for me today. Hope you enjoyed that one, and I hope you like what I'm doing here. If you do, please like and subscribe. And if you have time, leave a comment below because I'd love to hear from you. But until then, I will see you all at the next movie review. Take care.